Hi guys, how are you? How have you been? Hope you're great and karibu sana. For the new ones, karibu. My name is Faith Agnetta, aka Mama Bear, and today I really want to talk about a very uncomfortable topic. Yeah, especially since it's almost end of the month, and a number of you are really budgeting, a number of you are really thinking of what next for those who don't have jobs and all that. But well, don't really mind. Kindly remember that all that is put on this video are purely my views, but based on what I have researched and what I have learned over time in relation to money, in relation to handling financial issues. If you're looking for professional advice, please feel free to get someone who is certified. When any other person says he or she is broke, what comes to your mind? Could it be that hana kitu at the moment, or what's your definition of being broke? Feel free to comment after this video on what you thought initially is the definition of broke, and now after learning what my definition or my experience and what I've learned being broke is, and try to compare the two and see, are we doing so good or how are we in relation to the same? Could it be being broke is because I can't afford milk and I'm having literally strong tea? Does that mean I'm broke? Does that mean if I use matatu and I normally use Uber, does that mean I'm broke? If I'm unable to spare you an extra coin in the middle of the month, does that mean I'm broke? If I am unable to loan you when you really need it, and you feel like she's always having it, but this time she's unable to help me, does that mean I'm broke? Well, interestingly, that's not being broke. Maybe in other convincing terms, but after I discovered, especially after reading a few books and from the experiences I had, it's really crazy, and now I get it clearer. I'll tell you a short story about myself. In 2017, which I had already mentioned in, if you've watched my earlier videos, when I was very pregnant and 7 months pregnant, I lost my job. A week later, my other half lost his job, and it was really, really crazy and messed up. By that time, we never thought that we were broke because we had a salary coming in every month, and also we had invested in business, which was not doing so much that time because of political condition in the country, so it was really messed up. So we were purely depending on salary. So the 2 months after we lost the job, we just couldn't sustain that life anymore. So that brings me to my definition of being broke. Are you broke? In sub-Saharan Africa, less than 1% are born into wealth, and under 10% are born into the middle class. In general, we are not taught in any formal framework how to keep money or grow money. So sad, right? Basic personal finance skills are difficult to learn. As a result, even when a young adult starts earning more than they need to save, they end up living from a paycheck to paycheck. And because they think about their incomes largely in terms of spending and haven't learned how to save or build assets in proportion to what they earn. Broke literally means if you lost your primary source of income today, you wouldn't be able to maintain the lifestyle you have become accustomed to. Yeah, I'll repeat that. Broke means if you lost your job today or your source of income today, you won't be able to maintain or sustain the kind of life you're accustomed to at the moment because you have no assets to rely on. It happens so much. It happens so much. Just like my story, you know, what happened actually is when we had one job, when one of us had a job, we were in a much simpler house and we were like, this is what we can manage. It was very small room and we did very well. Then when both of us had a job and business was kind of picking up, we got another house and we were like, now we can afford this. It's natural. Most of the time we tend to want a better life, to spend more, and before we know it, we're living from paycheck to paycheck. So basically, if right now, like if you lost your job caused by this pandemic, or if which example to use, your business is not doing so well and you're really struggling to sustain your life and it's just the third month, you have been broke all along. If you've been having a salary of around 100,000 every month and you've not been sparing even a coin outside that can sustain you at the moment, you have been broke the entire period. Even with your account having whatever amount it is, you have been broke. Sad fact, right? But not to worry. This is a journey. We can learn together. It's a learning process. And I don't know. I just don't know where to start from. But as where we stand, at least you get the concept, right? So, as I said, go to the comment section. Tell me what difference it is after my definition and initially what you thought being broke is. We must dismiss this idea of we shall make more money tomorrow, idea of hoping that we'll always make money, yeah? More money as days go by, hence not securing tomorrow because we are in our mind securing tomorrow by anticipating more money, yeah? We have a finite amount of productive years to work. Many people will never be as strong and agile both mentally and physically as they are at the moment, basically in terms of productivity. Poverty and dependence on others is unavoidable, yeah, so don't feel terrible about it. Developing a wealthy mindset requires the understanding of the concept that the only way you spend is to invest and manage. You know, the same way you spend 10,000 shillings is the same way the same spending habit. If you don't create a good spending habit, the same way you'll spend the 10,000 shillings is the same way you'll spend when you get a million. So creating a healthy mindset on the same is very important. You might be wondering, where is this leading to? And maybe that leads to us to the question of what it really means to be wealthy. To be wealthy, is it all about having a posh car? Is it all about having a luxurious house? Is it all about having your kids in the most expensive schools? Is that wealth? Well, I'd like to share with you something. Arese, she is an author. Something she says about being wealthy. It's all about how much you keep. Broke people and rich people approach the same amount of money differently, and here is why. Broke people think it is all about how much you earn, but rich people know it's about how much of your income you're able to keep and convert into assets. Wow, that can provide you with an income in the future. The fundamental difference is that wealthy people understand the relationship between how we earn and how we spend, and they know where the balance is. Wow. It's the first time I read this, I felt like my mind was just cracking a lot of I don't know how to put it, knowing that all along I've been thinking it all wrong, and I know I'm not alone. I used to imagine wealthy is all about flashy cars, homes, and when we say we want to be wealthy, we think so much of bringing our families in such an amazing family, and as a society we tend to measure financial success based on spending patterns, but our metrics are faulty. Let's jump right to the next question, which is really connected to being wealthy. What is financial freedom? We always say, oh God, I can't wait to have financial freedom. Right now, even those who are really, really down and things are really bad, they are like, oh God, when will I ever get my breakthrough and just have my financial freedom? When will I maneuver through these? Well, I don't know what your definition of financial freedom is. To most people, it's more about getting to a point where you don't have to worry about money. My earlier definition, which I don't think it's so far from yours, is and which is not, you're not so far from the definition of financial freedom, is more of living a life where basically I don't have to be really stressed out on me spending an extra 100 bob on coffee with a friend, not being frustrated over spending more than 30 minutes on a call because I have a budget on calls. It's just more of just being okay, being at peace, not worried about so much. Well, when your passive income exceeds your expenses, then you're financially free. What do I mean by passive income? Well, I'll define two things for you: active income and passive income. Active income is when you get from the service, the money you get from the services rendered. Now, if it's your monthly salary or if your daily wages, that's your active income. It is usually your income from your job or business, basically what I've just said. If you run a catering business, for instance, if you're a business person, the amount you expect at the end of it as profits every month, that's your active income, right? Passive income ni ile pesa unasema unapata hata ukilala. Maybe you've invested in a business, but at the same time, you have something else running. Like there's the active income, but at the same time, you've invested in something else. That's passive income. Now, you're financially free when your pesa, that's what people call side hustles, When your side hustle can be able to pay your rent, can be able to take care of your bills, hata unaweza lala siku moja mbili, but your bills will be taken care of because the income coming from your side hustle, from your investment, is way much than the expenses for the month. Maybe your budget is 20,000 a month, and whatever you get from your passive income, from your investment, from your side hustle, is around let's say just 50,000. That's the profit you get from the passive income. That automatically means you're financially free because your expense is 20, right? Your monthly expenses is 20,000, but the profits you're getting, the margin you're getting from passive income from your investment is 50,000. It's above. Your passive income is higher than the expenses, your expenses. So when you reach at that level where you're not really concerned about your active income every day, it's more like your passive income is overwhelming, then you're good to go. You're financially free. Are you there yet? How far are you? do not worry, you're not alone. We are in this journey together, and even those guys who are there started from somewhere. Wow, I like how far we're going. And I just want to head straight and finish this and go to the most uncomfortable part of this discussion. What's your net worth? Earlier, I used to think that this question is only meant for the wealthy people. It's only meant for those people who have money to spend and money to budget and money to look. Because sometimes, like, you receive salary of 20 Gs, your rent is 15 Gs, 15,000, and you're like, okay, simple mathematics. 20 minus 15, I have 5,000. You pay maybe water. If you're staying where they pay garbage, you do that. You do a few shopping of maybe 3,000, and you remain with fare to push you, which might not even push you in the middle. Then you start getting loans. You know, it's real and it's happening out here. So what's your net worth? I used to think, of course, it's for the people who have money and not for me who is a hustler, and I can literally do my simple mathematics even without sitting down and budgeting. I just know it's 1, 2, 3. You sort like 5 things and your money is done. Yeah? But no, it's not for that only. It's for everyone, even those you feel like you have nothing or you have negatives. This is for you. Amazingly, there's a time before I got my current job, I used to hawk tea. That's story for another day. But by the time I was transitioning from selling tea to being a property manager, it was a real tough time, because I remember almost 6 months of my salary just went on paying debts. Literally. It was just going on paying debts. I'm on salary, but I'm just paying debts. And when I clear them, I was like, oh God, I'm done with this mobile loans. I'm just done. It's too much. I'm done with borrowing. I'm done with this. But it's inevitable. Like, it's unavoidable, as I said earlier. But at the end of the day, it's just being smart about it. And I just want to use a simple exercise from the Smart Woman book by Arese. I have written the question somewhere, so just give me a moment to go through it together. And in your own personal time, go through it. It will really help you. So the first exercise is make everything you own of value. Yeah, whether it's cash, whether it's a gas, whatever it is, like whatever small thing you feel like you own and it's yours. Unajua ile you've not stolen from anyone, you used your own money, whatever you find of value in your possession, then yeah, make list of everything of such. Yeah. Second exercise, make a list of everything you owe. That's the toughest part of the exercise, because we always feel like, actually, you know, when loans accumulate, it starts small. You don't really realize, because leo itakuwa mamboga 50 bob, kesho itakuwa mama makaa, kabla ujue umeomba best yako fair job, and it looks like small thing, and sometimes you won't even see the frustration. But the importance, the one thing I learned from this is the moment I sat down and I did my list of how much I owe, I thought it was little money, but it was coming to negatives. I don't even want to say. It came to almost, I just don't want to say. Same to you. I know you don't feel like sharing someone. It's fine. Yeah. I'm just trying to prove to you that it's okay to be in that state. I have been there in a situation where I'm wondering, what the hell? How did I get myself into this? Yeah. So make a list. Second exercise, make a list of everything you owe. Hata kama ni shilingi 20, just write it down and see how much does it total you. The importance of this exercise, it will make you cautious, and it will make you stop pity partying. It will make you sort your issues. It will make you
wake up in the morning and brainstorm every day. How do I go about it? How do I make it? Take it positively. Don't take it more like, oh yeah, what will I do? I'm telling you, no one is going. The only person who is going to save you is you. And the moment you wake up, the better. Yeah. The third exercise is subtract your total asset. Your total assets are your number one on the list. The one I told you, indicate everything that you own. Yeah. Any valuable thing you feel you possess. Yeah. So subtract your number one, which is total asset, from your total liabilities, which are the debts. Hizo madeni. Yeah. Don't be ashamed, as I said earlier, or afraid of the number. Calculating your net worth now will let you know your starting point, which is true. The moment I knew how much I owe and how much I'm really messed up, that's the moment I knew, now I need to start from a point. Yeah, I'm selling this tea, we are hawking this tea, but it's not enough. I need to do more. I'm selling and hawking tea, I'm trying to supply, still maintain the other business, but things are not adding up. How do I get back to this? Getting to that point only came when I realized the shit I had gotten myself into, literally. Yeah. The figure is not as important as trends in net worth. You might find it's negative 100,000, negative 20,000, negative 10,000, and you're wondering what the hell. Maybe it's even your rent arrears. It's okay, yeah? So the figure is not as important as the trends in the net worth. As long as you make a commitment to keep growing it, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. I'm not saying it on basis of I'm reading from a book, or I read from the book, or I watched a YouTube video. No, I'm saying from the point of experience. I've done the exercise, gone through it. I've really experienced being broke, yeah, not being able to sustain myself. Even the days I used to desire just someone to give me 20 shillings to do this. But the moment I took charge of my personal finance and I had to discover my net worth, that was the beginning of greater change. That was the beginning of all the other improvement in my life. Well, there's so much we can talk about in terms of money, personal finance. Ensure you you subscribe and you click to the notification bell, because we're going to do more of these. I'm going to share more of my experiences, and we're just going to be real with each other. It's end month. Yes, what are you going to do about it? If you're still working, you are blessed. Stick there, but ensure you're now smarter and better. If you don't have a job, it's okay. Now that you know where you stand in terms of net worth, if it's negative 10,000, negative wherever, brainstorm and see, where do I start from next, and how do I move from this point A to point B. It might be a very small step, but it's something compared to nothing.